As the earth trembles and darkness rises from the depths, only one king can restore balance. Wukong's might be enough to protect his kingdom from the ancient horrors that threaten it. Welcome to the mysterious Skull Island, where ancient legends breathe and the jungle hides secrets that have waited centuries to be revealed. The massive figure stirs from his deep slumber, the ground trembling slightly as Gorok opens his eyes to greet the morning sun. He rises from the stone floor, and his massive silhouette casting a long shadow over the valley, asserting his dominance over the land. The air is crisp and filled with the scents of the wild, reminding the king that his kingdom is alive and watching. He gazes into the water and sees not just a beast, but a ruler who carries the weight of an entire world. A declaration that the king has returned to claim his rightful throne. The creatures of the island pause their movements, acknowledging the signal that their protector is awake and watching over their fragile lives. He begins his patrol, moving with a heavy yet graceful rhythm, ensuring that every corner of his domain remains under his protection. Even a mighty ruler needs to refresh his spirit at the source of life, gathering strength for the challenges that lie ahead. As the earth beneath him trembles violently, then a warning that something dark is rising from the depths below. Nightmarish creatures crawl from the shadows, hungry for destruction, threatening to consume the beauty that the king has sworn to protect. The king witnesses the violation of his home, and a primal rage ignites, fueling the fire of an impending battle. He launches himself into the room, his fist swinging the force of the moment, sending the invaders flying back. With raw power, he clears the path, proving that no creature in the abyss can match the strength of the island's guardian. The threat expands to the skies above, as winged demons descend like arrows, seeking to overwhelm the mighty king from all directions. He does not cower as he stands tall, arming himself with the very ready to swat the pests from the sky. Precision meets power as he strikes the nearest attacker. Surrounded on all sides, the odds seem impossible. The king stands refusing to surrender a single inch of territory. He serves to sharpen his focus, turning his injury into a counterattack that shakes the very foundation of the island. Wisdom guides his fury, leading him toward the ancient ruins where the secrets of his ancestors might provide the edge he needs. The chase is on, a deadly race where one wrong step could mean the end of his reign forever. He reaches the sanctuary of the past, standing before the silent stone guardians who have watched over this island for 1,000 years. As he enters the hallowed halls, the dormant technology of the ancients awakens, responding to the presence of the true bloodline. He touches the cold stone and feels the heartbeat of history, realizing he is part of a warrior lineage that never accepts defeat. Visions of past battles flood his mind, filling his spirit with the collective courage of every king who stood where he stands now. Driving them to desecrate his. In the heart of the ruins, he discovers a weapon forged in fire and magic, a tool of destruction waiting for a master. Power surges through his veins as he claims his birthright, transforming him from a biological wonder into a mythic force of nature. The barriers fall and the horde pours in, expecting a victim, but instead, they find an vengeance. With a single swing, the fury of the ancient, clearing the hall with a devastating wave of pure kinetic energy. He bursts forth from the darkness, a whirlwind of light and light, turning the tide of battle with every rushing blow. From the deepest point, a true nightmare emerges, tightening the shadow and flame that seeks to challenge the king. Cataclysmic impact that will determine the island forever. Teeth meet steel, skin in a brutal dance of death, where only the strongest remains standing. pushing him to the very limits of his endurance. He glimpses the innocent lives depending on him, and that spark of responsibility reignites the fire that burns within his warrior heart. He summons every one, refusing to let his kingdom fall into darkness. With agility that belies his size, he outmaneuvers the beast, finding the opening he needs to deliver a strike that will echo through the world. Seizing the rapidly aiming his descent as he prepares to end the nightmare. A decisive strike that extinguishes the threat and seals the fissure back into the deep. Silence returns to the battlefield as the dust clears, revealing the victor standing unfallen, his supremacy unquestioned and absolute. The leaderless horde scatters in terror, retreating back to the shadows, knowing that this island is protected by a god made of flesh. The sun climbs higher, casting a golden glow on the warrior, highlighting the scars that will forever tell the story of this day. Life begins to return to the ravaged land, a chorus of wild voices rising to thank the guardian who stood between them and extinction. With the battle won, he turns his gaze back to the heights, carrying the weapon that now symbolizes the restored order of his world. He walks through the paradise he fought to save, a silent reminder that peace is a fragile gift that must be defended at all costs. He pauses to add his own chapter to the island's history, carving a record of triumph into the stone for future generations to see. The ascent continues, each step taking him closer to the sky, reaffirming his status not just as a survivor, but as a sovereign. He reaches the pinnacle of his world, the natural throne from which he watches over the balance of life, death, and rebirth. The king takes his seat, weary but unbroken, his presence alone enough to keep the darkness at bay for another 1,000 years. In his eyes, we see the burden of leadership, a silent understanding that heavy is the head that wears the crown of the wild. The skies are clear once more, and the birds dance on the wind, celebrating the liberty secured by the might of their protector. For a brief moment, the warrior rests, letting the gentle touch of the wind soothe the fires of battle that rage within him. But his gaze soon returns to the endless ocean, knowing that the world is vast and other challenges wait beyond the horizon. His subjects approach with reverence, bridging the gap between small and mighty, united by the shared desire to live in peace. Beneath the terrifying exterior beats a heart capable of gentleness, proving that true strength is not just about destruction, but compassion. The island breathes easier now, a jewel of life in a chaotic world, safe under the watchful eye of its undisputed ruler. He stands as a monument to resilience, a living fortress that ensures the dawn will always follow the darkest of nights. As the day ends, his voice echoes once more, a lullaby of power that tells every creature they can sleep safely tonight. The king retires to the shadows, his duty fulfilled, leaving the moon to watch over the silent jungle until the sun returns. Under the canopy of stars, the island sleeps, dreaming of the legend who walks among them, the guardian of the ancient world. We have witnessed the journey of a warrior, the rise of a king, and the enduring spirit that defines the legacy of calmness. The power remains, waiting for the next challenge, for the story of survival is never truly over in this savage land. Rest well, mighty king, for tomorrow brings new challenges, and the world will always need the strength of a true ruler. The jungle whispers his name in the wind, a timeless song of respect for the one who holds the chaos at bay. And thank you for joining us on this epic journey through the trials and triumphs of the greatest titan to ever walk the earth. Don't forget to subscribe to Kong Mighty Ruler Asu for more legendary tales. Until next time, long live the king.